So everybody's saying that GTS this year, 2024, is kicking the dog crap out of William Larue Weller, 2024. GTS is pretty unanimously from everything I've seen kicking the crap out of WLW this year. So, Bourbon Foraging Fishing is on the scene. We're going to see, is GTS really that much better than, is it kicking the crap out of WLW this year? Let's see. That's GTS on my left. This year's GTS is super, super dark. Blackberry dark, I'm telling you. Grandma's freezer jam. Holy crap, it is so dark and just, oh, Jesus, so good this year. It smells incredible. I just did a tasting with it, so it's fresh in my mouth, and let me tell you, folks, 10 out of 10. Okay, WOW, it smells fairly typical. Whenever I smell WOW, I get raspberry, strawberry jam type vibes. But it smells a little light and weak, especially next to the GPS. The GTS just kicks the dog piss out of the WOW on the nose. Ooh, there's a little bit of funk too on the George T Stagg, that funky stagginess. Oh, damn. The WOW usually isn't funky, it's just straight raspberry, strawberry jam, and it's like that. It's very muted next to the GTS this year. Almost seems like watered down. Now, granted, this year's WOW is only 62.9% alcohol. And this year's GTS is 68%. Whereas last year, I felt that the WOW held its own against the GTS. But last year's WOW was like 66.8%. So they were very close in proofs. Let's start with the WOW and see what me thinks. Yep, red vines, strawberry, raspberry, jelly, jam. Straight candy. Nothing funky, nothing funky going on. Fuggy, funky, monkey, chunky. None of that. It's just straight raspberry and strawberry. But it kind of tastes watered down, almost like it was cut or something. Obviously it's not. It's bottled at barrel proof. But it seems a little watered down, like it's lacking that punch and that intensity of flavor you come to expect with BTAC. I can't talk tonight. DTAC. What the F is that? Stagg, 24, George T Stagg. Woo! A lot hotter. Holy crap, I took a big mouthful that time. That was a little too much. That finish has that amazing Pop Rocks mineral vibe that George T Stagg brings to the table. You don't get that with any other bourbon. It's so unique. Yeah, the George T Stagg, better finish, way more intensity of flavor with the blackberry and cherry on it. I can see immediately, usually people drink these two and immediately go to the GTS. I would see why. There's just so much more of intensity of flavor on the GTS. It's really freaking good this year. I'm going to have to agree the GTS is better than WOW. Guess what, though? This WOW is still freaking incredible. This is still going to be on everybody's top 10, top 5 bourbon of the year, of course. This is probably my bourbon of the year from what I've tasted. This is really good. I'm really enjoying this 24 GTS. So, yeah, the trend, I have to confirm, seems true. GTS is God this year. WOW is behind it. But, geez, I mean, how picky are we going to be here, folks? It's freaking WLW. It's freaking William Larue Weller. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Bourbon Foraging Fishing. Thank you for tuning in. If you can get your hands on these, hoard them, hoard them, hoard them. If you can get your hands on them for even $400, buy it. I'll buy one of these bottles for $400. No questions asked ever. Doesn't even matter what you're a GTS or WOW is. $400, not even thinking twice about it. $500, that's when I start. Do I want it that bad? $600, that's where I know it's a good batch, I'm going to pay $600 for a GTS, folks, or a WOW. I'm going to pay it. I don't care. I'd rather pay more for great bourbon than spend $600 on 6 bottles of McKenna 10-year or something. I'd rather have 1 bottle of this beautiful bourbon that I can really appreciate for special occasions throughout the year than 6 bottles of McKenna. That's just the way it should go. So I hope you're getting some BTAC 2024. We're nearing your Christmas. I hope you're enjoying the holiday season. I hope you're getting BTAC. This stuff is so fun to get your hands on, and take care of yourself.